Hey gang, if you'd like to build a profitable business, in this video I'm going to come up with my best ideas of how you can soar to success and understand that most businesses just don't make it. In fact, 5% of businesses only make it at 10 years old, 50% of businesses gone within the first 2 years, 80% of businesses are gone within 5 years. What are the traits and personalities of the top 5% that actually make it? Most people in business are struggling. In this video, we're going to discuss all. If you love business stuff, you love entrepreneurship and you're passionate about growing your business, why don't you do me a little favor and hit the subscribe button on this here YouTube channel and join the rest of the crowd that are getting great knowledge to grow their business. I know some of you are going to watch this video and disagree with some of my points. Maybe you'll agree. Let me know in the comments below as we flutter through this video. I want to talk to you about this book here. It's called The Experience Business. A handsome fellow called James Sinclair, that's right, me, wrote it. And on page 3 of this book, I talk about the best traits of a profitable business. It's just fact, guys, that some businesses are far more successful than others, far more profitable than others. They last a lot longer than others because they have the traits and personalities of great businesses. Page 3 of The Experience Business. These are the questions that I ask when I'm starting a business. Can I scale the business? Is the business capital intensive? I just find that businesses are continually capital intensive, have one or two things that are bad and good about them. They're really capital intensive. It means less people operate in the space, but it also means that you could run out of cash and the business goes. For example, a theme park. It's very, very capital intensive. It always needs new rides and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes people can't fund it. That's why lots of them go bust. In this country, piers are another classic one of these. You know, you can't often go and buy a pleasure pier, and when you do get them, they constantly need cash. So try and avoid capital intensive businesses. If you do buy one, know that not many people can compete with you, and that might give you a slight edge. You know, I'm saying one thing and disagreeing with it on the other hand. And that's a lot of things about businesses. Is there a chance for high price profitable tag sales? What do I mean by that? Well, some businesses, you just can't charge a lot of stuff for your services. You look at a dentist, you can be paying a dentist £5,000 to £6,000. That's a high price profitable tag sale. You want to look for businesses that have the opportunity where you can charge decent amounts of cash. Some businesses you just can't. For example, ice cubes. You just cannot charge £6,000 for an ice cube. You get the point. Next one, is there a chance of residual income? It is my experience, any business that I've been involved in, where you've got regular customers that buy from you again and again, buy residually, like renting a house out. People pay their month rently, insurance, you know, people renew every single year. Regular consumable products in your business, toothpaste, keep on buying their toothpaste. I don't know, food stuff, they keep on buying food stuff. Netflix, another residual income based business. If you're a business that starts from zero each month, i.e. selling a car, for example, you always have to find the next person to buy a car. I'm not saying that that business doesn't work. I'm just telling you that the businesses, the personalities that I'm describing now are always the ones that just seem to last a lot longer. So residual income is one of the stress busters of business, and always look for that. Is it a Me Too business or one with a high barrier to entry? It is my belief that Me Too businesses are always ones that don't last too long. What's a Me Too business? Well, I start selling cupcakes. My best mate says, oh, I can start a cupcake business. All I need is some flour and sugar and an oven. And then, hey presto, I'm in competition with you. So I always try and avoid those Me Too businesses and try and be a bit more high barrier to entry. The higher barrier to entry you are, the less that people will compete with you. The great example I give on this is I want to open a 6-bedroom bed and breakfast hotel. Most people could do that in their lifetime by remortgaging, borrowing some money off of friends and family, a little bank loan, and hey presto, they've got their 6-bedroom hotel. If I turn around and said I've opened a 500-bedroom hotel with a lazy river, indoor tennis courts, function suites, etc., most people think that's not attainable and therefore don't try and compete with you. So I always try and look for a bit more high barrier to entry. I always find that gives you a bit more chance of staying in the game longer. Is there margin in the business? This is the key factor of a successful business. If you haven't got margin in your business, you're then competing on price. Try and find businesses where there's chunky amounts of margin so you can give great customer service, reinvest into the business, do marketing, think with about lifetime value rather than just for today. I mean, the classic one is Apple. I mean, it costs them, what, 200 quid to make an iPhone, and they sell the thing for 1,200 quid. Chunky amounts of margin. It means their store is always on point. The customer service is fantastic. They can invest in the customer, invest in their people, invest in their product, and continually do R&D. Companies that continually do R&D, which is innovation, if you like, research and development, innovation. If you are able to continually do that, you're always growing your business and always moving your business forward, which means that your competition is always trying to catch you up. But here's the thing, gang, about business. You're always going for a process of innovation. If you don't innovate the business, your business will evaporate. Margin allows you to continually innovate the business, because if you've got a low margin, you're always looking at the profit and loss. How can we save a bit of money there? How can we save a bit of money there? If you're in a position where you've got chunky amounts of margin, then you can really invest invest in the business and make sure you're a market leader. Will people want to buy it when you're finished? It's just a complete and utter fact. Look, if you can build a business that someone wants to buy when you're finished with it, for example, day nursery is a 500-bedroom hotel, there's always going to be people that want to pay for those higher barrier to entry businesses with good margin, good residual income, and a great management team at the top. So always think, who's going to be my buyer when I'm finished with this business? And you're always looking for OPM buyers, people that are buying with other people's money. That's private equity money, pension funds, venture capitalists, those sort of people, big people that want to buy businesses. How much capital will I need to scale the business up? Is this thing going to be a continual drain on my capital resources? Is there a need for the business? My God, look, it's going to be so much easier if you can build a business where there is an actual need for it, where people love it, want it, and need it. And after the initial setup, will it be easy to find the management? If you can build a great management team, then you're in a place of building a business that someone wants to buy, because actually the management team that you build is the most valuable asset in a business, because the management team deliver the profitability of the business. Now, there's a couple of other things that I think are really important to mention. A hungry audience. If you can find a business where there is a hungry audience for the thing that you want to buy, and there's a big population, I always say chimney pots is one of the things that makes business easier. If you've got an abundance of millions of people in a place that want to buy what you want to buy, and they're hungry to buy it, you're always going to be in a place of really being in a better position to be successful in business. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my podcast, the podcast where I coach people to grow their business. You can apply to be on the podcast on my website, jamessinclair.net, and also on that website you can get this book for free, The Experience Business. All you need to do is pay the posts and packaging. Again, that's at jamessinclair.net. I'll put a link in the video description, and I'll see you soon. Maybe you want to join my Entrepreneurs University. You can try that free for 14 days. Do that on the website, jamessinclair.net as well. Basically, everything leads to the website, jamessinclair.net. Watch this video on business management to grow your business, and subscribe to the channel by clicking here. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.